Shalom and welcome to the book of prophets. Today we're in Isaiah starting at chapter 40 verse 1. So let's get right to it. Isaiah 40 starting on verse 1. Comfort my people, says the Elohim. Speak to the heart of Jerusalem and cry out to her that her hard service is completed, that her wickedness is pardoned, that she has received from the hand of Yahweh double for all her sins. The voice of one crying in the wilderness, prepare the way of Jehovah, make straight in the desert a highway for our Elohim. Let every valley be raised, and every mountain and hill made low, and the steep ground shall become level, and the rough places smooth. 5. And the esteem of Yahweh shall be revealed, and all flesh together shall see it. For the mouth of Yahweh has spoken. The voice said, cry out, and he said, what do I cry? All flesh is grass, and all its loveliness is like the flower of the field. Grass shall wither, the flower shall fade, but the Ruach of Yahweh has blown on it. Truly the people are grass. Grass shall wither, the flower shall fade, but the word of our Elohim stands forever. You who bring your good news to Zion, get up into the high mountains. You who bring good news to Jerusalem, lift up your voice with strength. Lift it up. Be not afraid. Say to the cities of Yehuda, see your Elohim. 10. See your Adon. Yahweh comes with strength, and his arm rules for him. See, his reward is with him, and his recompense before him. He feeds his flock like a shepherd. He gathers his lambs with his arm, and carries them in his bosom, gently leading those who are with young. Who has measured the waters in the hollow of his hand, and measured the Shemayim with the Seraph, and contained the dust of the earth in a measure, and weighed the mountains in scales and the hills in a balance? Who has made up the Ruach of Yahweh? 13 again. Who has meted out the Ruach of Yahweh, or as his counselor taught him? With whom did he take counsel, and who instructed him, and taught him in the path of right ruling? Who taught him knowledge, and shadowed him the way of understanding? 15. The nations are as the drop in a bucket, and the reckoned as dust in the balance. See, he lifts up isles as fine dust, and Lebanon is not enough to burn, nor its beasts enough for a burnt offering. All nations before him are as naught, and they are reckoned by him as less than a speck and emptiness. And to whom would you liken El? And what likeness would you compare to him? Now El is another Hebrew name for God. The workman 19. The workman molds a graven image, and the goldsmith overspreads it with gold, and the silversmith casts silver chains. 20. He who is to pour for such an offering chooses a tree that does not rot. He speaks for himself a skilled craftsman. He seeks for himself a skilled craftsman to prepare a carved image that does not totter. Did you not know Have you not heard? Has he not been declared to you from the beginning? Have you not understood from the fountains of the earth? It is he who sits above the circle of the earth, and its inhabitants are like grasshoppers, who stretched out the Shemayim like a curtain, and spreads them out like a tent to dwell in, who brings princes to naught, shall make the rulers of the earth as emptiness. Hardly have they been planted, hardly have they been sown, hardly has their stock taken root in the earth, when he shall blow on them, and they wither, and the whirlwind takes them away like stubble. And to whom then do you liken me, or am I compared, says the Kodesh One. Lift up your eyes on high and see who has created these, he who is bringing out their hosts in number. He calls them all by name, by the greatness of his might, and by strength of his power. Not one is missing. Why do you say, O Jacob, and speak, O Jerusalem, Israel? My way is hidden from Yahweh, and my rights are overlooked by my Elohim. Did you not know? Have you not heard? The everlasting Elohim Yahweh, the creator of the ends of the earth, neither faints nor is weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the faint, and to those who have might, he increases strength. Let me read 29. He who gives power to the faint, and to those who have no might, he increases strength. 30. Even youths shall faint and be weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who wait upon Jehovah renew their strength. They raise up the wings like eagles. They run and not be weary. They walk and do not faint. Chapter 41. Be silent before me, you castlands, and let peoples renew their power. Let them come near, then let them speak. Let us come together for right ruling. Who raised up the righteous one from the east, called him to his feet, gave them nations before him, and made someone submit to him. He gave them as the dust to his sword, as driven stubble to his plow. He pursued them, passed over in safety by a path, and he had not gone with his feet. Who has performed and done it, calling the generations from the beginning? I, Yahweh, am the first, and even the last. I am he. Coastlands see it and fear. The ends of the earth is afraid. They draw near and come. Everyone helps his neighbor and says to his brother, be strong. And the craftsman encourages the goldsmith. He who smooths with the hammer inspires him who strikes the anvil, saying to the joining, it is good. And he fastens it with nails, so it does not totter. But you, Israel, and my servant, Yaakov, whom I have chosen, the descendants of Abraham, whom I love, whom I have strengthened from the ends of the earth, and called from his father's parts, and said to you, you are my servant, I have chosen you, and you have not rejected. And let's do this again, verse 9. whom I have strengthened from the ends of the earth, and called from its farthest spots, and said to you, You are my servant. I have chosen you, and have not rejected you. 10. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not look around, for I am your Elohim. I shall strengthen you. I shall also help you. I shall also uphold you with the right hand of my righteousness. See, all those who ranked against you are ashamed and blush. They are as naught, and the men who strive with you perish. You see them, but do not find them. Those who struggle with you, those who fight you, are not as less than naught. For I, Yahweh, your Elohim, will strengthen your right hand, saying to you, Do not fear, I shall help you. Do not fear, you worm, Jacob, your men of Israel. I shall help you, declares Yahweh, and your Redeemer, the Kodesh One of Israel. See, I shall make you into a new threshing sledge with sharp teeth. Let your teeth thresh mountains and the beasts, and beat them small, and make hills of the chaff. You winnow them, the wind lifts them up, and the whirlwind scatters them. But you rejoice in Yahweh, and boast of the Kodesh One of Israel. When the poor and needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongues have failed their thirst, I, Yahweh, do answer them. I, the Elohim of Israel, do not forsake them. I open rivers on bare hills, and fountains in the midst of the valley. I make the wilderness become a pool of water, and the dry land sprinkled with water. I put in the wilderness cedar, acacia, and myrtle, and oil tree. I place in the desert cypress, pine, and box tree together. 20. So that they see and know, and consider and understand together, that the hand of Yahweh has done this, and the Kodesh One of Israel has created it. Present your case, says Yahweh. Let your strong come near, says the Sovereign of Jacob. Let them draw near and declare to us that. Let them come near and declare to us what is going to take place. Let them declare the former what they were, and we consider them, and know the latter end of them, or announce to us what is coming. Declare those that are going to compare hereafter, and we know that you are the mighty one also. Do good or do evil, and let us be amazed and see it together. See, you are of naught, and your word is breath. He who chooses you is an abomination. I have stirred up one from the north, and he comes from the rising of the sun. He calls on my name, and he comes against princes as mortar, as the potter treats clay. Who has declared from the beginning, and we know, and the former times, and we say, he is righteous. No one is declaring. No one is proclaiming. No one is hearing your words. He who is first said to Zion, see them, and to Jerusalem I give one who brings good news. And I see that there is no man, and of those there is no Counselor, who, when asked of them, answers the word. See, all of them are useless. Their words are not. Their molded images are wind and confusion. Thus concludes the reading of Jeremiah 40 and 41. Till next week. May Yah shine his light upon your path. May he lead you into his truth and righteousness and give you shalom. In Yeshua's name. Amen. Till next week. Shalom.